Good morning, welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to talk to you guys about baby-led weaning, something that I've come to truly love, something I never expected that I as a mom would do, but learned to roll with it and make changes as a mom because the purees was not for my daughter. So if you want to know why I decided to do baby-led weaning and why I love it so much, then keep watching. All right, so if you're here, you're probably interested in baby-led weaning. And first of all, what is it? Baby-led weaning is the act of giving your child solid foods right from the beginning. It's skipping the purees and going straight to solids and allowing them to really explore the taste, the feels, the textures, and all that food has to offer. So let me back it up and tell you guys a little bit about why we are not doing purees and why we went to baby-led weaning. First of all, we tried the purees. As a mom, I'm kind of like nervous Nelly a little bit sometimes, and I was really scared to give solids. I had heard about baby-led weaning, but I had always felt that that wasn't going to be for me and for my child, because I was always nervous of, choking, and I had so many questions that I just didn't understand about it. And I was like, oh, I'm just gonna give her a puree. I got like this, what is it called? The Baba I bought, and I was making all these purees, and I was like super excited about that. And then I tried to give it to her, and every time I tried to give it to her, I'd put it in her mouth and she'd turn her head. I'd try everything. Like I tried like the choo 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 choo, nothing. I tried the airplane, nothing. I tried showing her my phone, which you're not even supposed to do, and I'm against screen time, but she wouldn't do it. It ends up with food. She'd end up with food covered all over herself from head to toe, covered in food, because I would get everywhere but her mouth. She hated it, and she'd scream and cry, and she hated when I tried to feed her. Now, when I give her the spoon and allow her to feed herself, she actually kind of enjoyed it. The problem is that with the puree, I'd give her the spoon and it would just like fall off the spoon. So it really wasn't great. It wasn't a great experience. It was okay, we were doing it, but every time I would try to do it, she'd end up crying, and eating is supposed to be a fun thing for babies, and it was turning into a nightmare. So I didn't really know what else to do. So what happened was I was going on a cruise for my mom's birthday, and my whole family was coming, and my sister-in-law, who actually also has a baby 20 days earlier than my daughter, was doing baby-led weaning, and I was doing the purees. And for this cruise, I brought like organic pouches, and I was trying to feed her during dinner, like, come on, Belle, eat. And she was like, no. And then her baby across the table was just enjoying food, exploring, having the best time eating. And she was eating what my sister-in-law was eating, and I could not believe it. Like, how is this baby, the same age, like 6 months old, eating real food and like having the best time and smiling and loving it? And I was like, oh my gosh, like, they are onto something with this baby-led weaning thing. Like, I think we might need to give this a shot. So I was very blessed to have such an awesome like sister-in-law able to show me, what kinds of foods I can eat and what's good for my daughter. And it was great to get to watch her and her daughter do it. And I learned so much from them, and I'm so thankful for them to show me all of this. But, we learned so much and from that, and I was like, all right, you know what? I spoke to my husband about it, and we're like, yes, like, let's try this, let's do this. And we started feeding her, and it ended up going like great. And we're like, wow, like this is what it is. Now, granted, she wasn't eating that much. So with the purees, you kind of know how much they're getting, because there's like a jar, or you cook something and it's either all gone or it's not. The thing with baby-led weaning is a lot of the food kind of gets everywhere. They'll take a bite and then they throw it, and then they'll grab something else and they'll just watch it drop, and they like to see things drop and move, and they're not necessarily always eating as much, but they're exploring and they're having fun. And at this age, that's what food should all be about. It should be about, it's like food before one is just for fun. That's the saying. And it's true, it should be fun. You want to get her to enjoy eating and enjoy the process of food. And so I think just her being able to like have that opportunity to enjoy it and just to like feel the textures, it's such a great thing for her. I keep looking over here, by the way, because I'm a baby monitor and she's napping, so sorry about that. But anyways, so it's just, I feel like it was a great thing for her. Also, not only feeling the textures, by doing this early, she's able to try lots of foods and get used to lots of different tastes. And I really love that because we're vegan, our family, we're raising her vegan, and I want her to like vegetables. Like my husband did not eat broccoli or wouldn't eat anything until he was older, like anything green basically until he was older. And by doing this, she's getting to try lots of foods, really early on, so hopefully she gets more of a taste for it. So far, she has been loving avocados, she loves tofu, she likes broccoli, and she loves fruits. But we're trying not to give too many fruits. But what we do try to do for her foods is usually we'll do like some sort of carb, a protein, a fruit, and a vegetable, some mixture of that. And I'll usually give like 3 sticks of each for her to try and just to kind of have fun with. So she'll do like an avocado stick or a banana stick. She'll do her like a broccoli. She'll do like a toast with peanut butter. A protein, she'll do like a tofu. A fruit, she'll maybe try a strawberry or a watermelon or something like that. And she's loving it, and it's so fun. And it's fun because I get to eat right next to her. So I'll sit right here, she'll sit right here. We get to eat our food together, and she'll see me eat my carrot and she'll eat her carrot, and it's just like the cutest thing. And it's just great that we're finally having a better experience with eating, and that's what it should all be about. So far I've really enjoyed baby-led weaning, and there are days where she will just look at her food and not want it. And like, it's okay, because before 1, she doesn't need this food. She gets she gets all of her nutrition from my breast milk. But right now it's just about exploring and trying textures and learning that eating can be a great experience. Beforehand, it was me being like, come on baby, eat, eat, eat. And she like didn't want it. And now she's excited. I put her in here and she's like kicking her feet, and it's so cute. So I love that, and that makes me so happy. We also have this little cup right here for her. So she's starting to learn how to drink water from a cup, which is really cool. She never drank from a bottle. She won't drink from a sippy cup, but she actually drinks from a cup already, and she's 8 months old. So that's pretty awesome. The plate that we've been using is this, and it just sticks right on. So you put it on and it will stay right there. It has 3 different sections for us to organize her food. So I really like that. And then I make sure all the food is like finger length, it's thin, it's nice, something she can grab, and I always try to make it soft so she can actually chew it and eat it. She doesn't have teeth, but it's actually very interesting. We don't need teeth to chew our food. That's something I didn't realize. I was concerned originally, baby-led weaning, how are they gonna chew it? Because I don't want them to choke. But in reality, if you think about it, we don't chew our food with our front teeth. We chew our food with our back, with our molars. And so the kids don't actually get their molars in until around 2 years old anyways, but you're feeding them way before they're 2. So they actually don't really need it. Just give them soft foods, get them used to it. Of course, if you are planning to do baby-led weaning, do your research. That's very important. I do feel that there's a lot of research that needs to be done. You need to be prepared if, God forbid, they do choke. What do you do? How do you deal with that? It's very important to know these things and know what kinds of foods to give them, what foods are safe, what foods are not safe for them. Like grapes are a no-no, certain foods are yes, certain foods are no, and just making sure you're up to date on all of that information. So far, baby-led weaning has been a great experience for us. Purees was a terrible experience for us. Prior to this, I always thought I was gonna have a baby like, I'll just scoop and feed and scoop and feed. It didn't work out that way, and that's okay. And I just want people to realize that if something might work for one baby, it might not work for another baby, and that's totally okay. Like, you need to find what works for your child, and you as a mom need to make that decision. Don't worry what works on your friend, if it might not work. Be able to make shifts in your relationship and in your life as a mom. I think that's just so, so important. I had all these ideas of things I was gonna do, and all of these like, I'm gonna do it this way and that way, and then like everything changed for me as when I became a mom, because my daughter had a totally different idea of what she wanted. And I learned like, that's okay. And I'm so happy because she's happy and we're going through this life together. And I think it's just so special and exciting, and there's no one right path. So anyways, this is why we chose baby-led weaning. That's a little bit about it. If you're curious to learn more about like what we eat in a day, what we use, if you want to see more of this type of video, then just let me know in the comments down below. And thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time. And don't forget to subscribe if you're not already doing so. All right, thanks guys.